Peace, fam. What up? uh, it's your boy, Gems, aka DJ. Or I said that backwards, DJ, aka Gems, whatever. Um, welcome to the Spiritual Gems podcast. It's been a little bit since we've checked in, um, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys and share with you. Hopefully, wherever you're at, it's not too crazy hot. We've had like a crazy ass heat wave where I'm at, so damn near 104 degrees and shit. Crazy. But so I hope that all of you are well and staying hydrated during this time. I hope that the summer solstice that took place on the 20th, I believe, is bringing in some good loving energy for you. As many of you know who are into astrology, yesterday, which was Wednesday, was the day that the Cancer new moon kind of came in. And a lot of people are talking about that because of this energy that is ushering in. And I think it's the perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm personally a Cancer, so this is my season. So shout out to my Cancers out there. I know we'd be getting a bad rap. They be hating on us, yo. We could be a little toxic sometimes, but generally speaking, so shout out to the healed Cancers out there who are really doing the work, holding space for the people, and showing up in love. You know what I mean? Which is important. So one of the things that I wanted to come on and share with you all, or felt called to share with you guys, is like, a lot of the times when we're going through these moments where shit seems to be falling apart, things aren't really going our way, we're feeling a level of sadness, or just having a tower moment, like stuff is just not going the way that we planned it. You know what I mean? We feel like we're being punished for some reason. There's a level of, it feels like we're being blocked or whatever it is. Shit's just falling apart, Like, listen, we're in a collective 9-year. We've spoken about this before. Like, that 9 energy is about endings. You know what I'm saying? More so from a transformative space, And sometimes, actual endings, like shit just has to go. You have to let it go. And so because the ego likes to like hold on to stuff, and it doesn't like shit to change, like if it likes to feel safe by knowing what's going to happen, even if it knows that something bad is going to happen, at least that it knows that it's going to happen, because so it can prepare for it. You know what I mean? And so the interpretation of when shit goes bad in our life, or when people are leaving, or when you're rejected, has usually been something that has resulted in something bad, right? Like a negative experience, something that the ego feels wasn't great, right? But like in all honesty, like this is the greatest time that we could be in right now. So for those of you who are going through these tower moments like I am, like during this time, it's all for our greatest good. Like, we get so locked into the result of it, and we're not even really seeing the forest for the trees. It's like we're locked in on this small, minute detail that we're experiencing in the moment, and our emotions are taking us away, and we're getting lost in, but we can't see the bigger picture, right? Let me let you know this right now. Like, it's meant to dissolve. It's meant to crash. It's meant to go down. If you look at what's happening on a collective scale, right? I'm not gonna get too politicky on here, but there's a lot of wild shit going on in the world, right? Like, there's several wars going on the planet, of which some of the U.S. just kind of jumped in on, unfortunately. But so it looks bad. You know what I'm saying? It looks crazy. And, you may be saying, like, oh my God, like you might be in fear, and you're hearing these people on social media fear-mongering the situation. The media itself is fear-mongering and making shit worse, and putting a magnifying glass on the issue, and makes it seem like the world is burning. But the truth is, there does take a level of chaos, which many of us on an individual level are experiencing in our own lives. But it's all for the greater good. It's all happening for a reason. And you have to remember that. Like, don't forget that, like, you asked to be on your highest timeline. Don't forget that you asked and you realized that, like, yo, I deserve more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't forget that you asked that you wanted the world to be a better place. And so in order to receive that, in order to get to that, you have to shed the old layers of yourself. You have to let go of the things that are holding you back, the things that you've been limiting, the limiting beliefs, keeping yourself in a box, the shrinking that you were doing, right? So it's time to like stick your chest out, head held high, and be in your true confidence. And what does that take? It takes a mirror being held up and saying like, yo, I'm not showing up as my fullest self. I'm allowing people to walk all over me. I'm not doing a good job of really upholding my boundaries. I haven't been loving myself as much as I thought I did. You know, how can I more love myself? You know what I mean? Like, that's what you should be asking. So when these experiences that we're having, whether we're losing a job or we hating our job, or, you know, things are going on in our relationships or whatever, what is it showing you? Take yourself, use what this Cancer energy is bringing in, which is understanding emotions. It's a cardinal sign. Cancer is, right? So it's the leader. It runs. It's the regal energy of the water signs. You know what I'm saying? It's the leader of them. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to emotions, we get it. So your emotions are actually showing you through your feelings what is and isn't in alignment. And there's no judgment whether you are in or out of alignment either, right? But your emotions will show you where in which you need to make changes or shit that you need to let go. So what your soul will do, and shout out to your soul because it loves you so much, your higher self, God, you know, all that, right? Source, however you want to see it, loves you so much that it's going to say like, okay, cool, you want to get to this next level. You want to be able to show up as your greatest version of self, right? Which is literally who your higher self is, which is crazy to think about, right? Like, you're already that person, but you come here and you like forget that shit, right? Because other people are playing small. You know, we talked about, you know, how this matrix is designed, you know, how these systems are in place to keep you down, keep you stuck, keep you in, instead of being your boss energy, you're in your employee energy, you're in your, and there's nothing wrong with being an employee, but I'm saying, you know, as an example of keeping you playing small, right? Keeping you limited, thinking that you're stuck in choosing one of these roles that is given to you based on your ability to follow directions and to, you know, get praise by these external validating constructs that we have here, right? But all those things are meant to limit you, you know? Like, if you're an artist, it doesn't mean that you're stuck to being a painter. There's so many aspects of and areas that you can branch out in art. Textiles, you know, sketching, you know, wax art, sculpting, ceramics. Like, we can go on and on and on and on. There's so many different options, right? Just as an example. But like, when we think of an artist, we tend to think painter, you know, or maybe musician. You know, it's just like, yo, you can do that and many more things. You can be a painter, a DJ, a philosopher, a fitness guru. I mean, not a fitness guru, but a fitness trainer. Whatever you want to be is the point, right? Like, whatever, insert whatever it is that you are a multifaceted being, of which there's many things that you're here to do and accomplish and to receive. And a lot of what you need to receive or want to receive is really, you're doing it for the love anyway. But this season, to make my point, this season is about realizing that the things that are happening in your world right now, the things that are falling apart, the things that aren't going your way, is literally making more space and connecting you to your higher self. Your higher self doesn't really fear anything. You know what I'm saying? Your higher self is a being of unconditional love and support. Your higher self is about expression and passion and love and excitement and feeling and caring and presence. It is all wrapped up in that. And you told yourself that you wanted to get there. You want your love of your life, right? You want that career or job or thing or business or money that's gonna lead you to that greatest, highest experience of this life, right? And it's not about chasing necessarily the feeling. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying once you realize that like your life is underwhelming, and that means that there is more that you are desiring, and your soul is the one pushing you towards it because you came here to experience it. But it takes you going through these shitty experiences, let's say. You have to judge it, but like it is what it is. Sometimes that shit is uncomfortable as hell. You know what I'm saying? AF. Sometimes those things are uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good to be cheated on. It doesn't feel good to like get fired. It doesn't feel good to have, to be sick and unwell, or to have your money being funny. That shit doesn't feel good. But what is it leading you to? Does that mean that you need to take more responsibility for yourself? Does that mean that there's certain actions that your soul is trying to get you to see and to pivot and to do? Are there certain belief systems that you have about yourself that you aren't worthy, right? Or that you're not good enough, or that you can't trust people, or that you can't trust yourself? All that shit is lies. Excuse my language, I apologize, but it comes out how it comes out. So if it offends you, I love you anyway. But listen, fam, like, this is what this time is about. This is what this season is about. And I promise you, as we get through this collective 9 years, shit is going to get better, right? We're going to be shift into 2026. 2026 is going to be a much better year. That doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect. There's still shit that needs to fall away. But we're moving. We're getting there. So it's turning up a little bit because it's summer. Summer is a wild time, too. Like, summer is a time that, things like, not to get too dark, but, murders and shootings go up. It's just, people are hotheads. People have less patience. But let this water energy, may you be in flow with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't remember that you're not a slave to your emotions. Your emotions are literally pointing you in direction and is your compass for you to make changes in your life. Let go of the belief systems, the lies that you tell yourselves, and the old experiences that you're holding on to that you feel like define who you are. Those things don't define you. I want to encourage you to let you know that you are worthy. You deserve more than you're allowing yourself to live and be. And if that resonates with you, then your soul is pointing you to let go of what you need to in order so that it can bring those things in. But like, think about a house. Inside a house only has a certain amount of square footage, so there's only so much shit that you can put in that house, right? So if you wanted to bring in new energy, new things, new furniture, you gotta get rid of the old shit. And so that's what's happening. You're being remodeled. Yeah? You're being remodeled. So let that happen. Get your upgrades. Get your subway tile. You know what I'm saying? Get your recess lighting done within your internal self. Redo that basement. Get rid of the shit that you have in the corners of your crib. That little storage room on the bottom floor that all the junk goes. Make space. You don't need none of that shit where you're going. Damn, that's a big ass butterfly. Holy cow. You can see that from a mile away. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and share that with you guys, man. I'm rooting for y'all. I know it's tough. I'm going through my own shit, but I'm feeling super tapped in and just wanted to share with you guys. So anyways, that's basically gonna wrap up the message. I love you all. Keep your head up. You got this. Allow spirit to make space in your life for the new stuff that it wants to bring in, because you deserve better. You deserve the world, and you can have it if you so desire it. Your soul is pushing you towards that direction, and I'm personally rooting for you as well. You know what I mean? So, yeah, put a burning heart emoji in the comments if you feel me, or if you're going through this, and if you're going through this transformation. Spirit is going to be bringing you closer to your desires. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. Yeah, I'm going to put in the comments a link, book a reading with me if you feel like it. I would love to connect with you all and help you maybe work through some of the things that you're working through, heal and help change the narrative within yourself, and maybe just even channel, you know, stuff from your higher self, your divine, your spirit team that they want to get over or to you or through to you as well. So yeah, tap in. Also links in the description as well for the Telegram. That's going to be in there as well. Join our Telegram group. You know what I mean? It's a dope, intimate community. We are really in support of each other. You know, some of them have even met each other in person and helped each other out in situations, wild shit. Like, man, I love that group. It's just crazy. But yeah, join up. You know, we're here for you. I'm here for you. You know, this is also, dang, I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but let's just say this real quick. This is also the time with the age of Aquarius, and I've said this before, where community matters, where community is going to be important. And so, you know, make sure that you guys are tapping into those communities, people of like-minded individuals who are really doing this work, really trying to transform their lives, really trying to ascend. You know, so this Telegram is one of those groups. So if you're looking for a space, we got space for you. Yeah, love y'all. Peace.